You've been lied to. Hollywood tells you the same three things about university: freedom, parties, and self expression. Maybe a little too much self expression. But nobody ever mentions what it's like to be homesick, confused about making friends, or terrified of flying alone for the first time. So, let's talk about it. This is not the grownish experience that I was promised. Okay. So for some context, right? Today is Sunday, the 25th of January. It's my last day in Zimbabwe for the next 6 months. Now, have I left Zimbabwe before? Yes, once. 9 years ago, I went to Johannesburg for like 4 days. But apart from that, I guess I've been to the Welcome to Zambia sign, but not really anywhere else, you know. So I'm low key crashing out just a little bit because I think that my suitcase might be too heavy. I'm terrified of going to live in a new place and being a minority for the first time. And I don't know if I'm still capable of making friends because I haven't been to school in like 3 years. So, yeah, it's taken, let's say, 2 years for me to manage to go to university. I spent my first gap year working a job. I spent my second gap year writing and editing and perfecting my book and publishing my book. And now it's time to go to uni. And it's kind of crazy because as much as I want to go so much, a part of me really just wants to stay in the life that I'm used to. And I don't know if I'm ready. Anyway, my flight is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., which means I have to be at the airport by 5 a.m. So I don't even know if I'm going to get sleep tonight. I keep trying to lift up my suitcase to see if it's not too heavy. Keep trying to remember if I left anything. And honestly, just wish me luck because I think I'm going to need it. I'm feeling vibes on vibes. I'm freaking dynamite. I blow your candle lights. You know I'm just that type. No, nothing kill my vibe. Nothing kill my vibe. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. on the day that I was supposed to fly to South Africa, and I was terrified out of my mind. So the question comes, what do you do when you're terrified? Do you stand in front of the mirror and hit cute poses? Or do you get in the car and just drive? That might be a trick question because the reality is there's nothing that you can do, which is terrifying and simultaneously exciting. So, I got to the airport, I said goodbye to my parents, I held back my tears as much as I could, and then I just sat there for an hour. And what made it so much worse was that I was terrified of filming myself, but also terrified of speaking to people. So I kind of just looked around and went to the bathroom to film myself and looked around some more and went to the bathroom to film myself until eventually it was time to get on that plane. But once I was walking up that ramp to get into the plane, everything changed.
Should oxygen be needed, a mask will drop from the compartment located above your seat. Pull the mask out of the clip. Then pull the mask to your face.
First, I was afraid, and then I realized wait, I'm sitting in a plane right now, and I'm going to a new country where nobody knows me, and I can actually be whoever I want to be. And then all of a sudden, things got interesting. I landed in Cape Town in the afternoon. It was blazing hot and I looked crazy because I was the only one wearing winter clothes because it had been so cold in Harare that morning. But as we drove up to Stellenbosch, I started to realize that maybe my fears were irrational. Maybe what I thought was fear was actually just excitement. And while sometimes having a new experience can be super terrifying, it can also be super dope.
Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only. Because I need and I need and I need and I need you more. Yeah, you know I run and I run and I run and I run.
Anyway, you probably couldn't hear me during that clip because I realized I was speaking solo. I was tired, I was hungry, I was the only one there. I had gotten there a day early, and yeah, I was just getting ready to go to bed. And even though I was calmer than I had been that morning, I burst into tears the moment the camera switched off. And it was weird because that was the adrenaline leaving my body. But little did I know that we were just getting started.